detective. Thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. Finally got away from the worst of 25. Started to go a little bit.
Stench is still lingering, though.
I can't believe I fucking put High Rollers as the best of those four. Fuck me. I was thinking about it the other night, thinking, you couldn't have. You could not have. And then I looked back through them and went, yeah, High Rollers. Still.
In a cancer.
Not in a canter, but fuck. Wins by a nose. Okay, but we're off that stuff and we've decided to go for something nostalgic, Jared. Would we call this nostalgic? I realised I actually did see this in cinemas.
Yes.
So I had a fucking bit of a run back then of some classics in the cinema. But tonight's film is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 version. But before we get to that, we're going to run through what we've watched. Jared, now that you're back at work, obviously not as prolific.
Tightened up a little. Still going through Stranger Things into season 3. Still enjoying it.
That's its best season, isn't it? 3?
Yeah, I like 3. I actually really liked 4 too. The things with, bringing Robert Englund in and the Vecna character and stuff, I quite like that. So, yeah, still kind of the same as what I thought. Like, I always knew that there was sort of parts that were a bit uneven and storylines that I didn't quite get into as much, but the stuff that I liked the first time around is still landing for me. So, and it's a bit like what we talk about with like Stephen King and It and everything, which obviously it's heavily inspired by, but it's the strength of the relationships with the kids that you hang off. And especially, as they mentioned it many times when it was going on, but season 2 and 3 is really where Steve Harrington becomes kind of part of the crew and Dustin and him kind of have this bond. That stuff's awesome. It's just really good sort of, it's letting some actors have a bit of fun with it and find some chemistry and that sort of thing. That was, so that's been pretty good. I checked out, this is another one, I don't think I mentioned this, but I checked out Send Help at the cinemas. Sam Raimi.
How was that?
I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. It goes pretty fucking wild at times, but the initial setup is really cool. And Rachel McAdams is excellent. Both of those two actors that you spend the majority of the time with are very good, but she especially is really good. Just putting on these little I won't say too much about it, but the sort of variations that she goes through is pretty awesome. Both of those characters are, but typical Sam Raimi, bit of humour in there, a few good scares out of nowhere sort of thing. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
Okay. I
watched Dead End Drive-In, which is one of the old exploitation ones.
Is that a Trenchard Smith picture?
It is. I'd been trying to sort of get a look at it for a while, and it was, funnily enough, it's pretty fucking hard it seems to be hard to find on Australian streaming stuff. But Tubi, who else came to the party?
Yeah.
It was all right. It's not too bad. It's it starts trying to bring some messages in around, obviously like the whole setup is a little sort of politically motivated to begin with, but it starts to bring in some stuff with different races and things that I think is a little, like it's just very surface level. It's not really saying much, but they managed to find a little bit of the flair and the action that some of those exploitation bits of work were known for. It wasn't too bad. I watched True Romance. Tarantino. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I think it's what sort of stuff we were speaking about with something like Wrecking Crew and that sort of thing. Like True Romance, and I am not comparing those two movies, just reminded me of this sort of conversation. But True Romance, the actual sort of plot of True Romance is nothing mind-blowing. Yeah. It's not anything that you haven't sort of seen in some scenarios. It's just pulled together with such fucking flair and the characters have their sort of quirkiness is probably one way to put it. And, good actors in the piece that help to sort of flesh that out.
Well written though.
Yeah, well written. Although, again, Tarantino just likes to sort of throw some words around that he probably shouldn't sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
It kind of happens so much that you're like, why do you always put this in your script?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to get along to that one.
Okay.
Not so good. Sci-Fighter.
Well, I could have told you that. I haven't seen it.
Adam, I could have told you that when I looked at the cover.
Did you say it was Cynthia Rothrock?
I saw Don the Dragon Wilson. I saw Cynthia Rothrock. And I saw supporting Lorenzo Lamar. And I was like,
in a supporting role.
I better have a look at this.
The Renegade.
Yeah, and it's got all these other people that were like karate sort of form champions and things like this. Like everyone that pops up was a fighter of some sort. But it's a bit of a shambles. Like it's so the scenario is that it's like they end up in a VR game and they've got to fight their way through the levels, and each level is one of these fighters. But when they put the VR helmets on, it's literally like it's a bike helmet with a few lights on it. It's the costuming, the
What year was it?
2003.
2003.
Yeah.
So the best of these guys
should have known better.
them.
I think Dragon was 49. As one of the reviews I sort of mentioned, like I saw mentioned, it said Don the Dragon was one of these guys who looked 30 until he was about 48, and then it all just seemed to hit him at once, and it was kind of just starting. And it was directed by Art Camacho, who, as far as I know, is like his bones are made in like fight coordination and stunts, but the fighting stuff was very poor, in my opinion. Cynthia Rothrock was barely in any of the fighting stuff. So I'm like, why did you ask her to be in it? Like, pretty rough. Even for someone that likes some of those. Like, you stretch too far. So telling us it's a VR video game and then just shooting everything in your backyard. Yeah. Oh, look, I've entered the VR level, which is just someone standing out in the woods or in, some other location that costs nothing. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Overextend.
Yep. And the last one I checked in on was, for the first time in quite a while, I watched Wrong Turn, the original one.
The original Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad if I remember correctly.
I like that one. I like the players involved.
But it's simple.
It's
fucking simple.
It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't go too deep into it. It avoids some of the traps of, like, obviously, Eliza Dushku and the leading bloke. I can't remember his name, but it avoids the trap of having some sort of sparks fly before everything goes down. Yeah. They're just in the shit from the get-go.
But also, the villains are just backwoods fucking hillbillies.
Yeah.
It's not like the fucking
tackling one. If I'm legging it through the woods and I hear that by cackling, I'm just like, oh, fuck it. I give up.
But you know what? That was the problem with the remake.
Yeah.
Is that they took the wrong approach, I think, to where it ended up. This is why the first one worked. It was visceral.
Yeah.
Visceral.
Yeah, it has some like excellent sort of kills, and the players early on, I thought they were all pretty good, and like Jeremy Sisto and Emmanuel Sharik. I can never get her name right.
It's a good, but not a bad cast
or whatever. But they also play it like old mate that joins them and sort of causes the accident. Well, he didn't really cause the accident. They were parked in the middle of the road, but anyway, he is kind of just we got to push on. We got to keep going. Manuel Sharik is the other way. She's fucking falling apart because of some of the shit that's gone on. And Eliza Dushku is just kind of in the middle. But I dug it. I thought all of them were pretty good. And it's got a couple of really memorable sequences.
Yes.
Really memorable kills and things. So, yeah, it held up pretty well.
All right. Mine was limited. I got onto a couple of TV shows. I watched the first episode of the Australian hitman show, Mr. In Between.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Only 25-minute eps, so it's not was overstaying its welcome. It reminds me very much of like Two Hands or Chopper.
Chopper, yeah.
And Jared, I couldn't help it, but there's a line between him and his brother about like how you go on the dating scene. And the brother, who's got fucking motor neuro disease, pipes up quickly with, Yeah, he says, "Hey, how you going?" And Ray goes, "Oh, all right. What about you?" And he goes, "Oh, fuck! Ever since I told him I got motor neurone disease, they're fucking coming out of the woodwork." I just started fucking laughing my ass off. Couldn't help it. So I think it's got that kind of darker humour and shit like that in it. But it was a nice little setup for the first episode, so I really enjoyed that. And the other one I started was the new medical show on HBO Max called The Pit, which was good because it's set in each episode's an hour of the shift. So it's kind of like seeing it through, like a whole shift is like a season.
Yeah.
Which I thought was another interesting way to look at it. But so far, the first episode was exactly what you would have expected,
Yeah.
but pretty well done. So I was pretty happy with that.
So you're moving into the episodic format. You're starting to show your age? Are you going to be watching full seasons of CSI religiously and NCIS? Every fucking city's NCIS?
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's fucking hell.
You head that way. She's a slippery slope.
I mean, there is an NCIS Sydney, though. Go on down. If I'm going anywhere, that's where it is. No, I just did it because you see these shows come up, right? Me and my wife had this conversation. You see a show come up, you got to jump, in my opinion, because I fucking forget they're there. Like, if I waited, my wife's always like, we've got to finish the other stuff we're watching. Yeah. And I'm like, but if we fucking do that, we will forget that this show even exists.
Yeah.
Because there's so many streaming services you're on.
But some of them...
You can let them go.
Because it's like the whole Netflix. They look at our new show, and then they put it up there, and then it disappears for a reason. It disappears
quickly. But these two are critically acclaimed. So I was kind of like, well, at least I need to see what they're like.
Yeah, Mr. In Between especially, I've heard really good things
really good things about
it. The Pit, I have heard like the recent buzz.
Yeah, there's buzz. And look,
you want to be in on the buzz. You don't want to be in on the buzz.
I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we've got to get in on the water cooler talk, mate.
But there's so much out there. It's just fucking, it's impossible to keep
Everything's
up.
fractured. It's kind of like, that's why people talk about shit on the internet, because there's no such thing as water cooler talk anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Remember when you go back, you watch Seinfeld, and everyone was like, yeah, fucking I know watch Seinfeld.
And there was talk.
Now you're like, have you seen this show? Oh, no, I haven't heard of that. Have you seen this? Nah. Fucking, I don't have that streaming service.
Or I'm not interested.
Correct. Like, it's just fractured.
Yeah.
Which has its advantages because we get shit like, more horror-focused stuff because they know there's an audience for it.
Correct.
But, yeah, it does have its downsides too.
Now, there's one more thing that we've watched. Now, a friend of the show, Ray, asked us to have a look at Sylvester Stallone's newest TV show, Tulsa King. All right? Now, I thought about this and I was like, we've done episodic stuff before. Sometimes those episodes can be a bit short, if I was to put it that way. So what I thought we'd do is start working through Tulsa King week to week. So, you'll get a little discussion from us about each episode to work through the season. First episode, I mean, obviously Ray understands.
Episode 1.
Obviously, Ray understands that we love Sylvester's TV output.
Love-hate relationship.
Watching his fucking reality TV show ad nauseum.
If I don't have to watch Sylvester live his day-to-day life, the prospect is slightly more appealing.
Well, this is the thing, Jared. I needed to be fucking licking up when I watched it.
Yeah, I don't need to see him fighting with Dolph Lundgren and things like that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't want him to upset Dolph. Fuck, the guy was crook at the time. But we started off as Tulsa King, episode 1. How did you feel about Tulsa King? First episode, pilot.
I enjoyed it. It was a nice little introduction. Now, putting it out there, I've got no background with Taylor Sheridan.
No.
I don't watch
Yellowstone or any of those.
I don't like Kevin Costner, so I haven't branched into Yellowstone.
Neither does Taylor Sheridan.
But he did it one time, so that's where we differ.
That's right.
Even during Costner's comeback, where I was like, oh, it's good to see this guy back. He quickly became Clark Kent's dad and fucked me right off. So.
Yeah.
I know,
agreed. I'm a bit like you. I don't have Taylor Sheridan. I don't watch his other shows. I'm not religious on his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm aware of the buzz around the guy.
But the concept is kind of nifty of just like, a bit of a fish out of water scenario with some easy tension between Sly and his bosses, shall we put it?
And
So
the whole,
that,
whole like thing about he feels that they owe him.
Yeah,
because he did a fucking stretch for them.
He sees this as a banishment, but he's still going to play the game. But then, the first episode put some sort of neat little pieces in place, some more believable than others, which we'll get to. But it put some neat little pieces in play. And Sly, I mean, this is what works for Sly, because when he starts talking about, like, basically demonstrating that he doesn't understand phones and apps and things like that, I believe it.
Yeah, I know. And he hasn't been in prison in real life. And I still believe it.
That's right.
No, I would agree too, Jared. I thought it was quite nifty. I think there's a bit of crackle to the dialogue,
yes,
which certainly helped, and I believe that's what...
Much more than alarum, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty clear Taylor Sheridan didn't polish up alarum for anyone. I don't
Pretty clear. Pretty clear.
But Sheridan's got a certain voice, and I think it kind of comes across here. Stallone, this is Stallone. This is right in the Stallone wheelhouse. He could play this role in his fucking sleep.
Well, that's the thing. He's pretty much sleepwalking through this episode.
Yeah, but he
can handle this stuff.
But his charisma is on show here. This is what he does well.
I mean, the character's tired, and Sly's kind of tired as well, so it fits. It fits. I mean, I'm trying not to fucking bag the bloke, but
I'm trying not to bag the guy, but he's tired.
But that was part of what worked about it.
Well, yeah, he's well weary. He's been in fucking prison for 20 years, so he's not up to speed with things.
Yes.
He's been kind of fucking almost excommunicated into a totally different place where he doesn't expect, there's no real need for this mafioso type of stuff that he's been known, he knows.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the way he kind of kicked off his little empire by busting in on fucking some sort of
weed dispensary,
and then basically strong-arm everybody.
But that worked a treat.
It was fucking really nice.
Because, it was sort of showing that, the world's changed and the people that, this is no longer a criminal activity.
Yeah.
And so him busting in and starting talking about laundering the money, and the bloke's like, it's legal and that sort of stuff. That was funny.
Yeah.
And but Sly was he was in amongst a group of actors where you look at Sly and you're like, yeah, they fucking kick their ass. Like you look at it and you can kind of buy what they're selling.
Yes, and I think it's done pretty well. It's humorous. That first episode, I'd give a solid 3 out of 5. Like solid.
Yeah, I'd probably go to a 3.5.
Yeah,
I think they put the pieces in play.
I enjoyed it.
Yes,
and I think the front half was loaded with the pieces, and they put them in place. Then the back half just cruised on Stallone's kind of fucking, his persona that works nicely,
and some rapport with other actors. Like I especially liked when he first met the driver.
Yeah.
And he's calling him OG and gangster, and he's ruffled Sly's feathers. He's like, stop talking about gangsters or whatever. But they kind of, this guy starts to see, this guy's got a bit of cash. He's offering, throwing the cash around, so he fucking leaps at the opportunity.
Yeah, and I like the way they go back to get the navigator.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that touch. But yeah, look, I'm very happy to continue on, because we'll get to a negative about the fact that Sly's character fucking gets laid at 75.
Yeah.
And you said he was tired, because I can only fucking expect that his efforts in the sack were not what you'd call lively.
Probably weren't Olympic level at this point.
No, he's a big fella. He just kind of lay there, I suggest.
Yeah.
And that was a bit hard to swallow. I think what they were going for was she was pissed. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry about swag.
Yeah, okay. Fuck. But what it was they were going for her being like drunk and kind of like, because she was at a hen's night and he kind of came to her rescue kind of thing. I think they were going for all that. But to tell me that you can't tell that guy's fucking 75 is fucking ridiculous.
She just about falls off the chair. And then she's like, oh, I just said a hard 55. I mean, Jesus, that'd have to be a fucking brutal 55.
Yeah.
You see?
He's been in a fucking prisoner of war camp, not a prison. Like, it's sad.
I mean, that was the funniest part. For the rest of the episode, even though he was the old campaigner, I was just like, yeah, we can still play this. Because as I said, you know, they put him in the weed dispensary with all these little, you know, these very slight actors, and Justin Long, who's made, not Justin Long, sorry, Martin Starr, who's made a career playing that kind of,
that role.
That sort of role. But once you get to that, and this lady's like immediately kind of sizing him up and interested, and then is shocked at his age, I was just like, come on, you've lost me. You fucking lost me there.
Yeah. I mean,
a hard 55.
She must
Give me
have
a
been
fucking
drunk
spell.
as he fucking emptied out his diaper in the fucking hotel room.
Jesus.
But even
when he said, I'm a little bit rusty, I was like, yeah, I bet it is. I think he actually made there's actual rust on his cock at this point.
Yeah. Shit, a brick. That bit was a little bit hard to accept.
Yes.
But other than that, that actually ends on a nice little cliffhanger.
It does.
Kind of.
It does.
That pushes us on, has me thinking, well, the next episode, things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, well, that was the best part about it. Like when they finished with that, I'm like, cool. This is a nice little wrinkle for the episode. This is
wrinkle
again. The pun. Nice little
wrinkles.
It's a hard 55 wrinkle.
They're fucking plural. Plural with Sylvester.
I thought that was it was a good way to finish it up.
Yeah,
and, it's a nice pilot episode. Like it's just put those things that make you finish the episode and say, yep, I'll tune in for the second one.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to episode 2. See things build. All right, that is what we've been watching. Let's take a break, and here's the trailer for 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Our family grows. The city itself will be our playground to use as we please. Rewarding ourselves and punishing our enemies.
We've been looking for you, Miss O'Neill.
There is a new enemy. Freaks of nature. Together, we will punish these creatures.
What the heck was that?
Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat.
Awesome!
Excellent!
Yeah! I love being a turtle!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, directed by Steve Barron, who has directed a lot of television. Still directing television. Hundreds and hundreds of episodes. So he's a jobbing director, put it that way.
Journeyman.
Produced by David Chan, who produced The Accidental Spy, Kim Dawson, who produced Letters to God, and Simon Fields, who produced Serendipity. The story's by Bobby Herbeck, who produced Wrongfully Accused, Jared. Must be a fucking quality operator. And the screenplay is by Herbeck and Todd W. Langen, who wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. And this is based on characters created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. It stars Judith Hoag as April O'Neil, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, James Salto as the Shredder, and Sam Rockwell as Head Thug. The budget was $13 million, and it made $202 million worldwide.
Not a bad return.
Very good return. To help disguise how cumbersome and slow the Turtles' costumes were, dialogue scenes were shot at 23 frames per second so that when they were played at a normal speed of 24 frames, they appeared a bit sharper. For the same reason, fight scenes were shot at 22 or 23 frames per second. Smart moves. Smart moves. All right, Jared, this was your pick.
It was.
How do you feel about the Ninja Turtles from 1990?
I did select this one because I recently acquired the Arrow 4K box. With
Extras,
the first three.
Jared?
There is some extras. I did not dive in too heavily, but there is quite a few extras on there. A booklet in the box as well, which is always nice. A few cards and stickers floating around.
Always good.
But yeah, there's like new interviews with Judith Hoag, and I think there was some old behind the scenes and some new sort of retrospective kind of stuff on there. So I'll dig into that. This is one I look back on with a fond memories. It's kind of the one next to 89 Batman that was one of those first experiences of this is what this stuff looks like when they put real people in it and stuff like that, and it just being fucking blown away by it. So yeah, it's always one that I've looked back on pretty fondly. Obviously, aware of the age group. I'm a slightly younger, not young, but slightly younger than yourself. But I recall a clear sort of line. You were probably just past this where Ninja Turtles I was right there for that. It was kind of like we moved from He-Man and Transformers to like Ninja Turtles was the next thing. Yeah. And then after that, it was like Power Rangers, but I'd hit the age where like, I've dropped off that. Yeah. Which is probably more of the thing for you with Ninja Turtles. Like you would have been at the age where, you're not necessarily coming home and falling over yourself to get the TV.
Well, 1990, I would have been close to 15.
Yeah.
So closing in on that period where you're going out of that.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a like fondness. It's got a very special place in that regard, kind of next to the Keaton Batman. So, but in saying that, it was another one that I'd left for quite a few years before this viewing. Held up very nicely. I think it picks to be faithful in the right places and leaves some of the goofier stuff and the more sort of cartoon inspired stuff behind. It picks a couple of things from that, but mostly decides to run with the sort of original comics and take some cues from that, which I thought was a good idea. Costuming, fucking phenomenal. All that stuff still looks great. Still, like, obviously, there's a couple of bits where you see it, but for the most part, it looks pretty fucking great. And so, yeah, I think they did a really, really good job of bringing that stuff into a sort of fun, kind of exciting little actioner. Like the fight sequences and stuff are pretty cool. There's a few things where a few minor quibbles where I think possibly could have got a bit darker in certain points and things that were actually there that they cut out that I'm looking back on I think would have worked really well. But all in all, I was bordering on a 4. There was parts of it where I'm like, this is a 4 for sure. I think 3.5, but very, very close to a 4. And if you fucking argued me, I'd fall over.
Push for a 4. I also went for 3.5. Snake Eyes. It's one of the best comic to movie adaptations out there, in my opinion. Yeah. To take a comic that, let's be honest, Jared, looking at the pieces, it's a pretty silly concept. It's very comic book.
Yeah,
it's very comic book.
It's a parody.
So to get that onto screen,
well, it started as a parody,
and make it entertaining and fun and all that is fucking hard.
Yeah,
and I think they did a very good job. The key ingredients are all there. All the touchstones that you needed were all there, and they were nicely sprinkled in. You know, the characterizations, the way the turtles talked, the love of pizza, all that. All the characters we saw from the comics looked like those characters.
Yep.
Like Shredder was kind of a bit more sort of souped up, but still looked like the character. It's not like they decided to fucking come up with some other bullshit idea as to how it came about. So I appreciate the fact that they stuck with those things and didn't try and... They were probably lucky. There weren't a lot of comic book movies around.
No.
So they could play to the strengths of what was there and chuck it out there and hope to Christ it hit, and it did.
Yeah.
But it's good fun. That's the key ingredient.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is. It's fun.
It's got some goofy moments. Fuck. It's got some goofy moments.
Yeah.
But
which it almost had to. Like you can see they're like, it's got to be something that's going to get the kids in.
Yeah, they sort of start dark.
Yeah.
But they lighten up.
Yeah.
Because they know this is a kids. We've got to
get
put
the
bums
kids
on
in.
seats. Yeah.
But at the same time, they don't make a character like Michelangelo, for example, like too far, like not like a Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Like parents wouldn't go in and go, oh, fucking Michelangelo, like, Jesus Christ, if he said another word. Like some of the things he does, even as an adult, I kind of had a bit of a laugh at.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a fantastic... I had some minor quibbles. Some of it was a couple of poorly placed like sequences or scenes that I didn't really feel was necessary. Maybe could have lost. Some of the dialogue's a bit on the nose at times. And I just would have loved a little bit more to that final throwdown with Shredder.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit kind of underwhelming. It's the one moment where I'm like, that's not as what I was hoping it would be.
It's got parts that work.
Yeah. Early on, it's great. But we'll get to all that. Straight out of the gate for me, the opening sequence, it's about 2 or 3 minutes. It quickly covers what's happening, the Foot Clan, all the thefts. It then throws a quick moment where, you know, and we've got April O'Neil on the TV, so we know she's a reporter. She's the one giving us all that info. So it quickly kind of puts that shit on out there.
Yeah, we hit the ground running.
2 to 3 minutes. They use some, and I know the film wasn't actually shot in New York City, but they use enough kind of good, solid second unit to give you the feel of like New York City.
You know the important thing, Adam, which Jason could have learned from? It looks like it's in New York City.
Yeah. Doesn't look like fucking Vancouver.
What they do gives you enough that you're like, we're in New York.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like it. And they do, and I believe they shot a couple of sequences in New York.
Yeah.
But the rest is shot in North Carolina. But you wouldn't know.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you know, they dip into the sewers. Yeah. It's fucking anywhere. Yeah. Doesn't matter where it is. But you're in New York. Like, so...
Remember the sewers in Jason Takes Manhattan? They flush out with fucking toxic waste all the time. I didn't see a fucking ounce of toxic waste.
No.
In this one.
But, you know, the thing that actually makes that or kind of holds it together is that April O'Neil is a familiar character and we know she's a reporter. So when that happens, you're like, okay, well, it's the exposition dump, but it doesn't feel as forced.
Yes.
Because that's April's job, you know, like, so yeah, that all works pretty well.
And then we kind of go straight to her being attacked.
Yep.
And the turtles getting involved, but we don't see them.
No.
We put the lights out, we hear a lot of and then they're all tied up. And you just see the turtles down in, like, looking out through the sewer. It's a nice way to set it all up. We then show the turtles.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. It just holds them back, you know, nicely just to...
But I like that setup.
Yep.
We get everything we needed to get.
Yes.
And we put it on the table in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it's pretty well established, not like forced or unnatural or anything like that. So
no.
I was very happy with those opening moments.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets
they really set the tone for it. Yeah, it's fast moving.
Yep.
I thought Judith Hoag was really good.
She is, and I don't think when I was younger and watching it, I didn't really give her the credit for... She kind of has to carry a lot of scenes because
Yeah.
She's working with, they're animated puppets, but essentially they are people with a fucking puppetry,
Yeah.
you know, the animatronic stuff on their head. So it's not really acting. Like they're doing the exaggerated body movements and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's got to really work to sell a lot of this stuff.
Correct.
And I think she's really good at it.
She's really good. There's a couple of she sort of understands the material and gives it the appropriate kind of amount of like what you needed. She doesn't overplay it. She doesn't sort of like get too serious. Like she kind of knows what we're dealing with here. I mean, there's a moment where she fucking wakes up and in the sewer with them.
Yeah.
And her reactions are fucking great.
Yes.
She's just fucking screaming and shit. And then she's like, it's talking to me. Like the rat's talking to me. Some of that was great. She also has a really good fucking chemistry with Casey Jones.
Indeed.
I think some of that works out really, really well. Look, you would say that she kind of gets pushed to the back as the turtles become more important.
Yeah.
As we move forward into the picture, the turtles become the front and center because we're getting into all the fights.
Yeah, and she does like some important things that like she's onto the foot early and that sort of thing. But as it goes along, she becomes very much like sidekick.
Yeah.
Sort of,
which was
pushed to the
fine
background.
because I guess she has to set everything up and then the turtles come to the fore and they just start kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah.
But still, liked it. Liked her
Definitely.
performance, thought it was really, really solid.
Yep, definitely.
The suits look cool. I do have a slight dislike, but I think it's more, no matter how hard you look at it, you can see like rubber and latex and, you can see it.
But I mean, in terms of bringing the stuff to life.
Yeah, you couldn't do it any other way.
You couldn't do it much better.
Like, I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
You had to go here. You didn't have computer effects and stuff.
And having seen the computer generated with the live action now, I still think this one looks better.
Yeah.
Even with the warts, it just looks better. Even though we occasionally get the little bits like, when Donnie and Michelangelo are eating the pork rinds and you can kind of see the back of Donatello's neck and it looks sort of like very latexy and very
of course.
seam. And then the bit where he laughs and you see the actor's head in his mouth. Like there's a couple of those moments, but all in all, especially when there's a bit of darkness, like in the evening on the rooftops at night, they look great.
Yeah. And they're in keeping with what they look like in the comics.
Yes. Yep.
So I think that might have been one of the problems I had with the newer ones. Is they just didn't feel like the old Turtles of old. They felt like something different, something else. But yeah, look, I think.
Well, they were initially aliens in the Michael Bay one, weren't they?
Oh yeah,
that's why they look. Maybe that has something to do with the look.
Do we have to watch all of these? I might watch the whole series just on the side.
We have to.
I never saw the sequel.
The sequel
No, I saw I saw the first three.
Yes.
The remake, the Michael Bay ones, I saw the first one.
Yep.
And then I never saw the second one.
Yeah. The second one's actually better, I think.
Is it?
Not by a long stretch. I like the second one better. And the animated ones too. They're both.
Yeah, they are. The introduction of Casey Jones, nice touch. He, of course, looks exactly like he does in the comic books.
Yeah. And
the long hair, the hockey mask, all that.
Yeah. And Elias Koteas, I always used to say Koteas, but I think it is Koteas.
Yeah, he's good in that.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. And same, kind of does a bit of heavy lifting, less so than April O'Neil, but in some of the sort of comedic scenes when he's going back and forth with a couple of the turtles. Yeah, really, really good. I think they nailed the actors that they picked for those roles.
Yeah, and that whole thing of like the fight between him and Raphael's kind of fun.
Yep.
It's kind of well choreographed.
Especially when we were, watching this in Australia as young people and they've been
about cricket.
Nobody knows about cricket.
And he fucking belt him into the bloody...
And I'd forgotten after he does it, he gives him 6 runs.
Yeah, 6 runs, yeah. Thought that was interesting. The subway fight with the Foot Clan when they attack April for the second time and then all of them come out. Is that... Oh, no, it's just Raphael, isn't it? And again, all the fights are shot in fast motion, which I think looks great.
Yeah.
The only time they slow it down, I think, is with Shredder.
Yeah.
They slow it down for some of that, but for the most part, they stick with the choreography and that, and seeing the turtles. That was a good thing about having like skilled martial artist actors in the suits, and then other voice actors doing the voices. But that fight is cool, and that's where April sort of links up with the turtles down in the sewer. And by this stage, I'm fucking rolling. I'm loving it.
You're loving it.
Yeah, because I was like, fuck, I didn't realise it was this good.
Yeah.
I remember thinking about it and like the other day and just thinking was it a bit throwaway? Like have I misjudged it? Was I really enjoying it because I was a bit younger? Because I don't think I'd seen it in between seeing it in the cinema and today.
Oh, I definitely had. I had the green VHS, Adam.
Oh.
Green.
You had really...
When the green tape came out, and we were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They were like, obviously it's just plastic, but I had no idea they could be something other than fucking black. So we get the green one, and then someone else that I knew got the Pretty Woman one that was pink. I was like, shit, what are they doing?
What's happening out there?
The world's gone mad.
So who knew they could make moulded plastic in different colours? Fucking hell. I think Hard Target might have come in orange, Jared. Fucking hell. It also came with a step-by-step how to speak Cajun.
I was going to say, is that so you knew which VHS to avoid when you were picking it up?
Not that one.
It's a warning. It's an orange.
In my house, for my parents, that was RoboCop, Jared.
Of course. Yeah, Mum
did
and
not
Dad
have RoboCop in it.
Well, in my household, it was WWF tapes because I knew no other prick was touching that.
Yeah, exactly. No one wanted to watch that stuff. The origin story, really, really smart. Not to waste a lot of time there.
Yeah,
it's 2 to 3. It's probably 2 minutes.
Yes,
I love the fact that they kind of shoot it. I think they shot it in like Super 8, and they also use like stop motion and puppets and shit for the turtles and Splinter. Really smart. You just put a voiceover over the top, and you don't waste a lot of time.
Yeah,
giving us like 20 minutes of fucking crap at the start where we set all that up.
Yeah, and I think this comes from maybe it was a point where they're like, we don't need to worry about new fans. This is a well-known. This is kids that are going to be dragging their parents. Or the only ones that are not going to know are the parents, and they don't give a shit. They're going to be sitting there going, "Fuck, how long is there to go?" But I think all in all, that's a situation where it works. It was at that point where it was just like a phenomenon. So you were going because everyone fucking knew what the Turtles were.
Yeah.
Like,
starting out without the origin, very smart.
Yeah.
Skip the origin, go straight to the punch-ons.
Yeah.
And get the Foot Clan into the mix and all that. So start at a sprint, basically.
And by the same token, like later on when they start to reveal backstory with Shredder and Splinter,
same thing.
It's still pretty quick. So something that if you spend a bit of time with it, like the rat in its cage doing fucking ninjutsu, that is just silly. Kind of just plays all right. Like it's just part of this kind of tragic backstory that's pretty cool.
If it was made now, we'd need to start in like fucking back when Shredder and Splinter was a fucking rat, small rat. You know, like we would have needed to start there and bring it. So they didn't do that, and it's the fucking smartest move they made, in my opinion, because they skip over. They don't skip over, but they quickly and succinctly give you the history of the Turtles and the history of Splinter and Shredder in what amounts to maybe 5 minutes.
Well, yeah,
total.
It's just him saying it with a little bit of footage. Yeah. Which works well.
Yeah, really works really, really well. I was initially a bit concerned, but as the film continued on, I was quite happy with the fact that they kind of abducted Splinter at about the half-hour mark, 35-minute mark, because it kind of gave them some stakes, right? Yeah. So we need to get to Splinter.
Yes, and it has the classic kind of, all right, the group's fractured, they split apart.
Yep.
But they've got to come together to, you know.
But it also actually, and you know, I don't like to throw this around often, but it almost brings in a little emotional core. Like, it gives the Turtles a slight emotional edge that I didn't actually expect.
Yeah.
Like, I'd actually forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not heaps and heaps, like, it's not tons of emotion.
It's not Shakespeare, Adam,
no,
but
no, it's not Shakespeare. But it's enough to kind of build this family connection, because some of that's what they kind of use, and it goes both ways, Jared. It actually goes for the Foot Clan too.
Yeah,
they use very much this idea, this overarching idea of like family, and it's in both directions.
They do, but you know what else they do with the Foot Clan that's actually really smart?
Mm-hmm.
Is when the Foot Clan are doing some of those sort of petty crimes and that sort of thing. All right. They're just the kids, and the kids are mucking around in the arcades. But then when they're attacking the Turtles and following Tatsu and whatever, they're all costumed. You don't see
the kids'
faces. So it's kind of like puts a line between foot soldiers and that story, even though they're sort of one in the same.
They do a little quick integration of like, you go from being a kid who swipes shit and then gets indoctrinated into the Foot. You know, when we first meet Shredder.
But then they also have that scene where Tatsu's whooping some tail.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are fighting in their like foot soldier kits, but they have their masks off.
Yeah.
So we kind of humanise them in the moments that we need to, and then the rest of them, they're just disposable fucking...
Yeah, like lackeys.
Yeah.
Thugs.
So I actually, like when you watch the fights and stuff, that works pretty well.
Yeah, it does. It works really well. They have a bit of fun with the whole sequence when the Turtles are all at April O'Neil's place, and Danny's there, and he thinks he sees one of them under the fucking thing, and then she sees one of them in the shower cubicle. They had a little bit of fun with the old classic sort of, you know, hiding type of shit in there. I thought that worked out quite nicely. It was quite humorous.
Yeah. It was just, that's where you talk about tone, right? Like they were getting that stuff.
Yes,
spot on.
Yes, that's the tone you needed.
Because even when he sees him in the mirror, isn't Mikey kind of grinning?
Yeah,
like,
and then he disappears.
Yeah.
Like he turns around and he's gone. I love the fucking hangout though they had.
I wanted to be in the Foot.
Yeah.
I'm joining up.
I wanted to be delinquent asshole at like 15.
Well, I join up to the stage where they say, all right, jump in the ring with Tatsu. I say, any wallets to pinch? Because that's where I
got dinner tonight.
Yeah. I'm all right with pinching a wallet here and there, but I don't know about jumping in the ring with that bloke. Especially after he's given old mate the never lower your eyes to an enemy and fucking gave him the slipper right between the eyes. I was just like, great villain moment there.
Yeah, I like that. And it, again, comes back to the whole, like, the karate, the fighting kind of, you know, some of those ethos.
Yeah.
You know, you can have on one side of the good guys, you know, you're doing certain things, you wouldn't do that, but in the bad guys, you would fucking toe the bloke in the head to teach him a lesson.
But also it's the economics of how they're kind of putting everything in play. Like you talked about how they were very efficient with the initial story. Like they're super efficient with this too. Like you have, like you said, you got the hangout and we quickly go from, oh, this place is cool to, oh, hang on.
Yeah, now we're fucking
this is the
towing
price.
each other up
This
the
is
arse.
the price. But then not long after that, Shredder rolls out in all his glory after we've seen Tatsu whooping tail. And you can tell, like, Tatsu is, like...
intimidated.
Yeah. You can see that he's, like, all right, like, he's strong, but he sees Shredder and he's fucking, I fall in line.
Himself, yeah.
So
that was a cool introduction, too. It was kind of like Darth Vader. A little bit like Darth Vader.
Yeah, like the big
he just kind
fucking
of walks
long
out,
shadow.
got a long coat and the shadow and everything like that. And he rolls up and the way he talks, it's kind of like deep, gravelly sort of voice.
Mm.
But then I like the fact that they kind of go with the whole he says, I'm your father, basically, to them. And, yeah, we're proud of you.
Yeah.
When that kid graduates from fucking low-level scumbag to Foot Clan, to faceless Foot Clan
low-level
member.
scumbag, now you are dispensable henchman.
Exactly. he graduates to that.
Keep working and you'll be, featured background player.
Well, you'll be fucking disposable henchman with lies.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think you're right. It kind of gives
They're kind of a dysfunctional family.
Well,
no
it
matter
kind
what.
of shows the Turtles as family, despite all the issues, like true family, and the Foot as, fucking running the same line, but not caring for the people whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
It's all
obviously that's very straight down the line.
It's all just
Splinter's
talk.
constantly telling them, this is not a family, blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah. But it's all just talk. They're using them to get what they want.
Splinter, or as I came to refer to him, as Furry Yoda, as we,
He doesn't
as we
do
kind of
that.
went along.
So he took-
Sort of- yeah. It was. I thought that was good, like the kind of mirroring, but it's like what they talk about with the best sort of Batman villains, for example. It's a mirror, but it's like a funhouse mirror. It's warped in some way. Like
I gotta laugh. Like this is the kind of joke that I shouldn't laugh at, but like as a kid you would love this joke. Like you would get off on this type of joke. It's the one where Raphael's on the roof and he's fighting the fucking Foot on his own.
yeah.
And he's like, how are you guys going to beat me? And then there's just fucking heaps of them come up and he's like, good answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like, and that was the humour that they went for.
Yeah, it was that tone where it wasn't too cheesy like the TV show,
No.
but would still get the kids.
Yes. They did enough. They darkened things up enough.
Yeah. But they
But-
still had their goofy personalities.
Yes,
and
yes. And that worked well. And that came across massively in the big fight in April's apartment. Because that was full of like silly little gags where they were using different weaponry, like
the nunchucks.
The nunchucks, but then they were using like fucking some of the musical instruments to knock people over. There was a whole thing where those two were avoiding getting hit with the axes and they were hitting the floor and they basically cut the fucking guts out of it until everyone went through.
And
like,
Leonardo swiping the swords and the bloke ducks a couple of times and then he stops and he goes, gotcha.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I looked at that and I was like, that's Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
That's Jackie Chan right there, which was no surprise given that, Golden Harvest were involved in the production and stuff. But I was like, that's more of what it was going for. So it was a nice kind of blending of those styles.
Even the fucking bit where the answering machine goes off in the middle of the thing and it's like, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to fire you. And then it says, I know this comes as a blow. And then it just drops off because it's burning down.
Yeah.
It falls and lands on some bloke's head.
Yeah.
Like,
It still works pretty well.
It's silly, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, definitely.
And it just added a fun vibe.
Yes.
I think that the key to this was having that fun,
yeah.
but not making it so cheesy. It was like, well, fuck, you can only be like 6 years old to enjoy this.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of where the cartoon was, but the cartoon's a different beast. I mean,
yeah. The cartoon was like He-Man, mate. It was following, like I said, it was the next iteration of the He-Man. And the
Was it
Transformers.
reusing fucking footage like He-Man was?
Oh, of course, yeah. There was probably a bit of that. That was my favourite. Is you can find all these compilations where they've fucked up the dubbing, so it'll be one turtle talking, but it's actually the other one on the screen and stuff like this. Like there's heaps of those online. It's
I love that.
You can tell that these people were just they were putting them out cheaply, not as cheaply as Filmation, but it was pretty fucking cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap.
I mean, if it's good enough for Disney, they did it.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's a really good sequence between Donatello and Casey when they're fixing the car and they're shitting on each other with the alphabet.
Yeah.
Using the alphabet to fucking going through like insults aimed at each other. I thought that was cool. And again, it felt natural. It felt kind of like there was a chemistry there. And again, a lot of fucking raps to Elias. How do you say his surname?
Well,
you're guessing, but
no. I was guessing. I always used to call it Cotius, but I think Coteus is actually right. So
he's really good there.
He is.
And then he has another moment with April where he's sitting on the porch.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll give you a hand, toots. And she's like, fucking toots. And he's like, well, babe. And then he rolls through a few more and she's like, fuck this, I'm going to do it on my own. And he's like, all right, well, whatever. Fucking sits down and the whole thing collapses under him. Like, I thought that shit was great. Like, again, kind of physical comedy mixed with a little bit of laughs.
Yeah, but that's the physical comedy where it's also kind of showing what's happening between the pair of them and stuff. And like, I recalled that, and I was like, I used to piss myself at that.
Yeah.
Of course, it happened here, and I still did it again because, like, he's fucking sitting there, like, whatever. I'm still king shit, and he just goes boom and hits the ground.
That's right.
And you kind of see him looking up at the thing, going, "Fuck!" Like,
Yeah, and he just 2 seconds ago said, "I missed to fix it."
yeah.
So I really liked that. It kind of was really natural. It was really kind of well played.
Yeah. And it's part of, so I think they got the personalities pretty right.
Yeah.
Like they, as I said, I thought it was faithful in the ways it should be, and sort of picked from both the comics and the cartoon where it needed to be to almost be kind of the perfect blend of those.
Yes.
As we said, to kind of keep the kids in there, but have people that were a bit older that were watching it that, we can look back at it and say, this is still a pretty good movie,
Yeah.
So I think, they start to get the personalities pretty right. The one that I would say is kind of gets left behind a little bit is Donatello. They sort of leave out the fact that he was king shit. They kind of touch on it with him and Casey being involved in fixing it, but Casey's the one fixing the car.
Yeah.
Donatello's just involved in the scene, but I think what they were getting at was they bonded because Donatello was Mr. Fix-It of the Turtles.
Yeah.
But Michelangelo was spot on. There's actually something I'm going to talk about in the dislikes that I think could have been even better. But Raphael and Leo is kind of what it hangs on. The whole fracturing is based around them.
Yeah.
And they've never really changed that since. Like when you look at, and I've watched a few of the other cartoons with my kids. So the 2003 one's really good. So is the 2012 one. We've watched both of them, and they haven't really changed it since the movie all that much. Yeah. It's just varying degrees of the personality. But this was the one where I recall, like, they've landed on this and they're going to stick with it, and it's kind of been the same since.
Yeah, okay.
So I think they managed to nail that pretty well with the dynamics of the group and how they have to sort of navigate them in pretty much everything they do. So
there was also a kind of cool segue visually when they're out at the farmhouse where April's got a voiceover and she's talking about them all, and that's where we're getting a little explanation of what they're like, and then she's drawing them.
Yep.
And then the scene will kind of dissolve into the drawing.
Yeah.
That was some pretty cool stuff.
Also a nice little nod to the
comics. Yeah.
To the comics, yeah.
Steve Barron? Workman or craftsman?
Well, you're telling the story. What is it?
I think it's more workman-like. But that sequence there kind of had a touch of craft.
Yeah. There was points where there was touches of craft in the like we said, the Shredder introduction.
Yeah.
And there's points where he very clearly knew how to handle it.
Yeah, there's points where he got a higher paying job. But then they were like, we better get someone else.
You're not a site foreman.
Yeah, I know.
If we need something done to a high standard,
we better get you someone else, mate, Steve.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, you're not capable of this.
No, he handled it pretty well.
He handled it pretty well. It's interesting that he wasn't involved in the sequel.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I know Judith Hogue pulled the pin because she didn't like 6 day shooting schedule or something like that.
Well, when you're fucking making it for pittance, when you're not. I can kind of see, and look, it was the early 90s.
When you say, do I get some back end this time? And they go, click.
Yeah, see you later.
Like, okay.
We'll hire someone else. The last couple for me involved, there's a huge pair of fights back to back, basically. Yeah. After we leave, we go back to town. We go back into New York. It's just a huge blue in the sewers, and then that segues into fighting with Shredder on the roof. Both of those are handled well. Like, again, the mixture of like violence and choreography and humorous moments within, and I'll take a small piece from it. There's one where Donatello, they're in the sewers and Donatello is skating on a skateboard and he's just kind of moving between a heap of foot soldiers and he's riding along and he's clipping them with his fucking stick. And, it's silly, but it just keeps the vibe the same way.
Yeah. And
it's in amongst all this other stuff where they're punching, kicking, gouging and everything. All that stuff works really well. But then things get a little more serious on the roof Like, we dropped that.
Yep.
We dropped that stuff when we get up on the roof with Shredder. And that fight is pretty well handled too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's got its moments.
The slow-mo, I wasn't unhappy with the slow-mo. I could have done without it because I still felt like they nailed most of the choreography without it. But maybe it was done for purposes of, you've got 4-on-1. Maybe it was a little bit harder to kind of because they weren't doing the kind of the raid sort of stuff now where they're choreographing for 50 fucking people as you're punching on with everyone.
And there's an elbow in someone's spawn at the same time as there's a knee up someone's ass. Like, it's fucking just constantly limbs just flying around.
Exactly. But both of those are strong.
Yeah.
And they finished the film pretty well.
Well, Shredder gets a quality line in. The delivery more than the line with the whole, you lie, do I kind of thing. Like, that fucking worked well.
Yeah, that's right. With because he says, doesn't he say, Splinter is no more.
Yes. Yeah.
He's no longer with us or something like that.
Yep.
So all of that shit worked. Again, they never strayed too far from the formula they set at the start.
No.
And they just continued to go with it. They never went sort of, we need to go kind of over here and be more kid-friendly, or we need to get really fucking dark over here. And they never kind of took that approach. So they stuck with singular fucking style.
Yeah, which I think is where the sequel falls down a little bit, is it goes more towards the kid-friendly.
Very kid-friendly, yeah. The violence, how dare. Like, the fuck we went on with some shit back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly cartoonish across the board.
Yep.
Oh, the fucking kids will be running around with nunchucks and stuff. You got to know how to use them, you silly cunts. Fuck, you don't just pick them up.
Yeah. And He-Man's not allowed to kill anyone. Well, fucking why is he brandishing the biggest fucking sword you've ever seen in your life?
He is actually Conan.
Exactly.
He's fucking seeking the lamentation of the women.
100%.
You know that, for sure.
Yeah. And, Eternia After Dark is a little, it's kind of seedy. I think.
Let me tell you, he fucking drops his furry crackers at the drop of a hat, man.
Yeah.
And you know that in the sack he's whipping out and I have the power. Fucking hell. You know that.
Of course.
My final Splinter throws in the classic cowabunga at the end, which I thought was a cool. I like the fact they held that back.
Yes.
And then into fucking Turtle Power.
Power. Classic.
Classic.
Fucking
classic.
I remember finding that soundtrack for $5 and I was fucking beside myself. Adam, I was as happy as a man with 3 dicks when I found that soundtrack for $5. Oh, shit. So yeah, Turtle Power pretty much got worn out.
Yeah, only 3 dicks. because I would have thought if I'd have come across that, it's a fucking 10 dick situation.
Probably.
Fuck, was this a CD?
Yeah, it was
CD,
a CD.
Yeah. $5 for a CD. Fuck. That's bloody winning.
But also, I forgot how much I enjoyed the other sort of soundtrack work, the more score related.
Yeah, some of the score was good.
Like, it's pretty standard stuff. But
yeah. But it's not overdone either.
Like, I still remember that was cool. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Although there was a couple of moments where it was stuck in, like when she sees Danny in the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, he's in trouble.
Yeah. But there was the one where they open it up.
The handcuffs to be fucking trouble.
There's the one where they open it up and it's like, it's your classic sort of action movie score.
Yeah.
But then they throw in the guitar. Pardon the pun, but the guitar is shredding while they're in the foot layer, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, I thought the score was pretty good. There was also a little bit of there's another couple of songs on that soundtrack that were all right.
Yeah.
Spin That Wheel was on there. Fucking, no wonder you were like a 3 dicks man.
Well, 2 of those dicks were just for Turtle Power. So.
Yeah. Did you have any others, Jared?
No, other than I think you kind of mentioned to it mentioned it, but just to add to sort of the Foot Clan stuff, I think the angle of them recruiting the kids off the street, which I think was pretty much just the movie kind of putting their own spin on that.
Yeah.
With Danny being caught up in it, solid. I think it's like we said, it gave him the avenue to do what you were talking about with the opposing sort of philosophies on what your family is actually supposed to be in that regard. But it was never a thing prior to that of the way that they were operating. And so, I did. It struck me this time around.
I appreciated that.
Because I think like in later ones, there is other gangs and things.
Yeah.
But this was just like, straight, like you said, street level thugs, kids, impressionable kids, which probably is a bit of meta commentary. What we're peddling to impressionable kids.
Yeah, that's right. Or maybe that's why.
$5 CDs.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
How did I get it for $5? It must have been off the Foot's truck. There must have been a Foot Clan member offering CDs for $5.
Fucking opening.
Where'd you get this? Don't worry about that.
It's fucking it's legit.
Do you need a warranty? No, don't worry about it. Like,
you sure it wasn't fucking pirated?
No, I'm pretty sure this was real. This was a legit CD. It wasn't a fucking copied one. It wasn't.
I will say this, JJ, going into dislikes. I appreciated all that, and I think you needed Danny. You needed him because he is integral somewhat to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
E.g., getting the Foot Clan to April O'Neil's house, burning the place down, the connection between Shredder using the kids and then building them into foot soldiers was all part of that. But I also found they undercut. The character doesn't have much else to do. He's very much at the mercy of just those moments. I just found it a little bit almost a little bit overstuffed in that particular side of it. Because you had his father as well. Yeah. And I was kind of like, fuck me.
You can see it seems to be part of just like trying not to overstuff it.
Yes. So they cut him back a little bit.
He is sort of important, but then you see... Feels like stuff like his moments with Splinter may have been sort of pulled back a little bit.
Yes. And I get that. I got that bit too. I like that. The whole, I'm listening. I'm listening to you. But it just, you're right. It just felt like, well, we've got the Turtles. We've got fucking Casey Jones on the fringes. We've got April O'Neil. We've got to start pulling people, like putting one on the burner and taking one of them off. And then we've got Danny
was
as
kind
well.
of a convenient device to sort of keep the plot rolling along.
A little bit, yes. A little bit. And his dad, the fact that they're connected to April through work, yeah, that was fine. Because, again, it's kind of kept everything kind of insular. But, the father's taken up fucking... it's like what we said at the basketball the other night. You're using up precious minutes. You got to spread the minutes a bit better.
Oh, yeah. The rotation is critical. It's crucial to get your rotation right.
And some of that they didn't quite get right.
Yeah.
So not a huge deal, but Danny's there and then he's not there. Then he's fucking there, then he's not there. It's just like he never really has a consistency.
And by extension of that, it's kind of 1 minute he's telling the Shredder where they are, and then the next minute he's immediately like, oh, fuck, should I be doing this? It's like you don't really get a chance for him to turn so much.
Do I want to be disposable foot soldier?
Well, I reckon this is where all you needed to do was have Danny doing that, I'm going to impress the boss. And then he wanders in while Tatsu's sparring with someone and goes, oh, fucking hell.
Not this.
I better flip.
Yeah, I'm going to go to school.
I better roll over on this one.
I spoke about the dialogue. It's not awful, but there are a couple of moments.
There's a couple where
it's that smells a touch. And because it's a kid's movie, I guess you had to kind of back that down just a little bit.
Yeah. And
be more kind of sticking to their catchphrases and their puns and shit like that.
Yeah.
That they do have.
Yeah.
But again,
feels a bit like a devil's bargain, right? Like they had to, their core audience was kids that had never read the comics.
Yeah.
And in the comics, they're sinking piss and
Yeah.
doing things like that early on. So it was kind of like, let's lean that direction.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was the right call. The right call. I mean, you got to look at the box office to see that's
definitely the right call.
From a business perspective, you made the right decision.
Yes.
Which is to pull back just a little bit. But unlike its sequel, they didn't pull back too far. Right? So I think they got the angle and the mixture right to a degree.
Yep.
The Foot Clan slapping and punching April in the face down the subway probably doesn't fucking age very well for a children's movie.
No. And
maybe I should shut the fuck up about all the bleating from the bleeding hearts that I was going on about before.
Well, yeah, that part is probably reasonable to sort of rethink.
Whoops.
But that's what's funny, right? Like they thought, oh, that's all right. But like you said, but we don't want our kids running around fly kicking each other. Okay, well, how about we address the domestic violence kind of situation too? Like I don't know. It's funny that the lenses that they're looking through that nobody was like, what about this bit?
What happened about the reporter getting his face punched in?
Don't worry about
that. It's fine.
It's danger of the job, I suppose. Like, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that's what they were worried about. You mentioned the dialogue.
Yeah.
I tell you where I was a little uncomfortable. Whenever I heard Corey Feldman's voice spilling the dialogue, hearing his voice is a different experience these days, isn't it?
With like fucking 35 years of like his fucking weird whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
With Corey Feldman.
I was half expecting Donatello to break out into Comeback King or something like that.
The Comeback King. Oh, fuck. You know what? I listened to that on Spotify, so I should shut the fuck up.
For research purposes?
Only because I saw some of the footage of the film clip and I was like, what is this?
So, yeah, listen to it.
I mean, he got a couple of streams out of it.
Yeah, he's made 5 cents out of you. So
screwed me. I unintentionally laughed when Raphael's on the roof of the farmhouse going, Splinter! So I was like, what the fuck was that?
Well, I'll jump in here because this is one of the things that I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
One of the storylines that they dropped was that Michelangelo was the one really struggling mentally with Splinter being taken away.
Yeah.
That's actually Michelangelo on the roof.
Oh, is it?
And they dubbed it with Raphael because they cut the scene.
Oh, they cut the stuff with Michelangelo.
They cut the stuff because apparently he's in there working out and he just fucking breaks down. It's almost like, from the people that have seen it, they said it's almost like representing like depression.
Yeah,
He's making the gags and things like that. And so the turtle wax, it's him that comes in and gets the turtle wax, right? Yeah. They said that was the moment that kind of pulled it back. Like I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of held a bit more weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if you look at it, it's Michelangelo. It's just dark enough that it passes for Raphael. So they got Raphael's voice actor to just, this is going to be you because this will fit what your character's been doing.
Okay.
But yeah, it comes off. I
laughed.
I also
I shouldn't have
chuckled a
laughed,
bit.
but I laughed.
But yeah, I think reading about that kind of angle, I was like, that actually still would have worked in with like Michelangelo and in with Raphael and Leonardo sort of, you know, having their tiff before that. Leonardo would have been kind of, you know, he's remorseful, I guess. He's holding vigil. Like while that's happening is where this was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it would have fit nicely.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially,
it's a bit of a strange decision.
It would have been a quick thing to give. And again, this probably comes back to what we were talking about being a kids' movie. But it's just a touch to give it a little bit of depth because what we know about depression now is like, you know, just because someone's joking around doesn't mean that they don't suffer that stuff. You know? So, yeah, I thought that would have been interesting.
The stuff, and again, Jared, maybe I'm not against this, but I was kind of a little baffled by the whole thing about Splinter's alive. We see him in the fire. You know, like when they're having the mystical kind of fire out in the woods. And but the scene before they'd had Leonardo kind of feeling him.
Yeah.
Which would have been enough. Like, to me, it was not double dipping, but it kind of did like it twice. It sort of said Leonardo had that weird sort of feeling of like Splinter's alive.
Yeah.
I felt it. But then they're out in the fucking forest. Like, it was like that movie with Chuck Norris where he becomes a fucking shapeshifter.
No, it wasn't that.
Wasn't
quite
shit
that.
called?
Forest Warrior. Was it Forest Warrior?
Okay, it wasn't
Jesus
fucking
shit,
Forest
it wasn't
Warrior.
Forest Warrior.
But it
God,
just
Chuck.
felt like kind of like
Passion Project gone awry.
awry. Jesus Christ, we shit on Seagal for fucking On Deadly Ground, then we conveniently forget about fucking Forest Warrior. But off Chuck's back.
I think that's a coping mechanism more than anything.
I know. But I just I couldn't quite, like, every time I thought about that sequence, I was just like, I didn't really need it.
Oh, funnily enough, I fucking flew straight past that one with no issues, considering,
No,
we're talking about a franchise of people that were, we're constantly getting more mutants, and we got, we discover mutant frogs down the track.
I
and that
get
sort of
that.
thing.
I do get that. And again, I didn't have a problem with it because it's not a long sequence. So it's not like the fucking movie grounds to a halt to have this.
Yeah.
But I just kind of felt like you probably didn't need it.
Yeah.
You could have just had the thing that Raphael sort of felt that Splinter was alive.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we moved.
Well, they
moved
obviously
forward.
cut past the scene where they were all on the Gatorade sacks before they got around the fire.
Yeah.
Are you guys seeing Splinter in the fire?
Yeah.
I think I am.
Oh, yeah, cowabunga, dude. Fucking eyes are kind. Yeah. Everyone's been on the fucking gear prior to going out for a campfire. Shit.
That's why we're all seeing things.
And as I said to you at the start, like, my last one was Splinter Shredder just kind of goes really kind of whimperishly after a really good setup where they punch it on with the four of them, and they're clearly outmatched by Shredder, and then Splinter comes in. I understand, like, Splinter is a puppet. So we couldn't have a throwdown. We could not have a throwdown with Splinter. But I think it would have been better that the Turtles kind of fucking found a little bit of, like, they get angry or they get the teamwork starts to happen and they take Shredder, they kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think it would have been all right to see a point where they get a bit of the upper hand.
Yeah.
But I kind of get the whole point that, we've gotten back together, but we're not whole.
Yes.
Without Splinter.
Yes.
And I kind of like the fact that it's like...
I do like the fact that Splinter put him over.
Splinter wins with the cool head whilst,
Shredder's too busy.
Shredder does what he always did, what got him in the whole thing in the first place by acting out of fucking rage and stuff like that.
Yeah, you still could have had that. You still could have had that moment at the end. You still could have had it. I just felt like maybe an extra few minutes of ass whooping, and the Turtles getting feeling a bit of that upper hand and starting to get on top of him.
Yeah, you're probably right. You probably could have found a little more in the fight with the Turtles.
Because he kind of sweeps them away.
Yeah.
Sweeps them aside. Like, they never really get...
Yeah, go back to your farmhouse because you're fucking not ready.
You guys are not up to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But...
You need to get on a few more rooftops and do a bit more yelling before you get back here.
Yeah, a bit more screaming. So, no, I mean, again, I'm not unhappy with the ending, but I just felt like...
A little more.
Yeah, just a little more would have been nice. Even if because you probably still had a good 3 or 4 minutes up. You could have added 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only 93 minutes total. So
yeah,
I think
definitely. You could have made it 100.
And the kids, the punch-ups were what was getting people there.
They've been throwing their popcorn by about 70 at them. You need to kind of tighten this up.
Yeah, true. The kids would have been fucking yawning and carrying on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were going through the motions
been
by 70 minutes.
each other over the seats.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, some kid would have his fucking head smashed in with a nunchuck that some other kid brought with him.
The big issues. The big issues.
And again, obviously, I was shit-canning parents before. But clearly, I'm now starting to realise maybe I shouldn't laugh at this.
Yeah,
I should be more understanding. Did you have anything else you didn't like?
Well, this one's more of an observation more than necessarily a dislike, but I never really imagined the Foot Clan having a locker room.
Yeah, like fucking the Punisher making rent. I don't need to see Head Thug 2 getting fucking changed.
But when they're sort of patching up their wounds after Tatsu's been throwing them around, you see them in the locker. Everyone's got a locker. Yeah. I was half expecting someone to come out. Has anyone got a spare Foot shirt? Because mine's got a fucking hole in it.
Mine's got blood on it. Fuck.
Yeah,
so that was kind of surreal.
That made me laugh a little bit. And the other one
Put that to the back. That's not necessary.
Yes, this one's more of probably in the dislike category. I thought they handled like the Foot and Shredder and Tatsu really well, so I felt this stood out when he's like, "We got to find these turtles," and they're like, "Why?" He's talking to Tatsu, and he's like. Oh, there's something familiar about them. But he mentions to Tatsu from the way you described them fighting.
Yeah.
Not, I've seen them. I'm like, at least get eyes on them before you go to these lengths, you paranoid fucking idiot. Like,
you said that they sweep the leg in a certain way.
Yeah, one of them had nunchucks. What?
I know them. Yeah, that kind of thing. Let's get some eyes on them.
It seemed a little bit of an overreaction. I thought Shredder would have at least said, you know,
that
who are
could have been an interesting angle, Jared, of one of them running into Shredder early, and getting fucking whooped.
Well, it's a classic thing, right? Like, oh, you fight with this style. Oh, I haven't seen that in 20 years. Like, it's kind of.
Yeah, nobody's doing that.
Nobody in New York uses that style. I haven't seen it since killed a bloke who used to keep rats as pets, the dirty bastard.
You know what?
I didn't
if you want to get your ass kicked, you can keep using that shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think they needed to go more of that.
Just maybe a quick interaction of Shredder having a quick battle with one of them randomly, and then realise.
Because I've seen it work in movies where someone says something like, you know, this style, or you fucking fought with so and so. Whereas
fucking kick your ass style.
Yeah, exactly. but when it's saying you described. I mean, how much of a fucking martial arts master is he? You described so where was their foot placed? Was it in your backside or was it in your face? Oh, that sounds like that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that is. Get some eyes.
And I don't have a lot of notes when I'm getting fucking pummeled. What did you see? I saw 5 knuckles in my fucking face.
The fleshy part of someone's foot fucking slapped me right in the melon. Yeah. I have no idea what sort of fucking
after that,
style.
I couldn't trust anything I told you because I was fucking seeing stars. That's what I was seeing.
What style was it? I don't know. I was fucking unconscious.
Yeah, it was put me on my ass style. That's what it fucking was. Because that's where I saw most of it. Most of what I saw was the fucking bottom of that prick's fucking shoe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a little bit. It would have just been nice. Maybe I think they were probably holding back on Shredder fighting anyone because he's the big bad. And they're going to throw down at the end.
There's definitely reasons for it, and I don't have too many issues with the way they handled him. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like he could have seen them from a distance.
Yeah.
Like he could have been, I'm not getting involved, but I'll have a look. And, oh, shit. It is the notorious got to kick your ass style.
What's that, Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Nutty Professor, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Kick your ass. Kick your ass.
Reggie.
Why am I laughing at that? It's funny. Have you got anything else, Jared?
No, that was pretty much
That'll
it.
do it. That'll do it.
Pretty much it.
All right, that was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Podomatic, and wherever else you get your podcasts. You can email us at thrillme@iinet.net.au. We're on Instagram at thrillmepodcastau, Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com, and Facebook at thrillmepodcast Australia. Keep an eye on the Facebook page to see what we cover with our next episode. But until then, take it easy, everyone. And we'll catch you all later. Cheers. Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.